At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started.
And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll run with a rookie from UCLA.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Let's go.
Wilkins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Here's Wilkins. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Let's go now.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Wilkins. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Raiders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Here we go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef, that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now it's Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So on fourth down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders.
And back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin.
Fielded at the 20. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as it. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked with these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand-new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. We're scoreless after 1.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they work this right upfield across the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now 2nd and 3.
Let's go. Go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Bring it. Ready.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it? Not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw, Wilkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Smith. Able to get away.
Now this airmailed to the sideline. It's incomplete. There don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Looking to throw. Wilkins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Over the middle, complete. That's Bowers. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Gino now to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Wilkins.
That is caught
and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
After the interception, here's Smith. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing now is Geno. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now a 2nd and 2.
To throw is Smith. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now Geno.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. From the 50, it's Smith. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
First carry of the game for Zamir White.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Smith. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back to throw now on first down.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back to throw. Wilkins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 4.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Going play action, Wilkins. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Austin. And that'll go as a 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here is another interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
34 yards there at a 1st down.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can...
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Alex Highsmith in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that.
And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go. Check, Panther.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning.
Here comes third and the length of the football.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
Unlock line. Unlock line. Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now the try here for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hands it off out of the gun.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Here we go on 4th down. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards.
So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying,
oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Tyrell Dodson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover.